Happy Friday to you and welcome to Farm Sim News. Today we got some late mods from yesterday. It's Fact Sheet Friday, the Farm Sim magazine is out, the mod wait times are gone, and there's so much more. Let's start off with some new mods. Custom Modding's Valmetal Spreaders, the Lagoon Pump, the 7700 Tanker, and the Lagoon itself all released yesterday evening. I think someone maybe forgot to hit the big red button as the mods dropped around 1 a.m. German time last night. Thank goodness that's only 7 p.m. Eastern, but still, it's very late, about 8 hours later than normal. I haven't made a video on these yet, however, I do have a preview on all 4 of them from like a month ago, and that video would basically be the exact same video, just with out now instead of preview. I did change the title, so at least there's that. So make sure you check that out if you want to see all the goodies. I may do an updated video on it, but that is not in the plans right now. However, we'll get some more mods dropping later today, which I think we will. I will be making a video to include these there too. Fact sheets have started for the Plains and Prairies DLC with 3 sheets releasing today. We got the Ford 976 Versatile and the Salford Air Boom Versatile Nemesis and the GEA Silverado and the Salford 1260 disc. We're not going to worry too much about the specs themselves since guys like Farmer Cop and Mr. Silly P have got you covered there. However, there are a few things in these that caught my eye. Number 1, the Salford Air Boom only holds solid fertilizer, so no lime there. I had mentioned in a previous DLC video showing this off, hoping that it would do lime. However, it does not, but it still works with fertilizer. That's great. It's also super expensive, around $200,000. It's more than the tractor that's posted here. It also only has a 22-meter working width, which is quite low, especially when compared with other fertilizer spreaders that we already have in the game. However, it does hold 18,700 liters, so that's nice. Got a big capacity, it's just going to take a while to do it. One thing I am really excited about is the Versatile Nemesis. With a horsepower range between 195 and 272, kind of fits right between like the New Holland T6 and T7, making it a great starting tractor for new games. The slurry tanker also runs at 16 meters, which isn't too bad. Honestly, think I'm a little bit more excited about the Nemesis than anything else in the entire pack, but I'm kind of a sucker for smaller versatile tractors anyway, so there's that. And thirdly, we have the Salford 1260 disc. Now, the disc arrow is going to run you over $200,000. It's got big numbers across the board and compares best with the Bednar Swifter disc XE18400 that we've got in the base game. This pack also includes some big tractors with it. It's got big equipment. It's all going to work well together. Plains and Prairies drops on Tuesday, June the 3rd, and it's going to have 21 items in the pack. But there could be more, as in their social media posts earlier this week, Farming Simulator said it brings iconic US-style buildings and classic Ford tractors to the game, but have not mentioned buildings anywhere, including in the blog. There's also no buildings listed on the DLC's website, which has all the equipment listed, and there's no buildings in any screenshot that we have, at least new ones. Therefore, I believe that this is incorrect information, but we are going to have to wait and see on that. The story does get spicier. I don't expect any buildings at first, I'll say that much, but I'd be happy to eat my words there. More US-style buildings are always welcome, and as long as the houses have interiors, I'm good to go. But I said it would get spicier because the post, at least on Facebook, has been changed up. It was the first time it was changed since Tuesday, and it was changed as I was writing the script for this video. So, was that a misprint, or are they hiding new buildings, or maybe are we getting new buildings with the Plains and Prairies pack later on after it releases, maybe in the first update, or possibly even second? I guess we'll find out in a couple weeks, as DLC preview videos will likely go live in 2 weeks from today. As always, if you'd like to pre-order the DLC, you can do that via my link below if you're on PC, and that does also help support the channel, but it's also available on Steam and Epic Games, as well as the PS5 and Xbox stores. But to mirror my statement from Wednesday's Farm Sim News video, I'm recommending to not pre-order this pack and wait until it's released to see what works and what does not. No sense paying for something that's not finished. I know I've kind of sounded a little less chipper than usual about Farm Sim. I'm kind of the Farm Sim fanboy, but things just kind of are the way they are right now. Hopefully it doesn't take too long to get things back on track, but as always, we'll have to wait and see. Regardless, I'll always be honest with you. Hey, while we're waiting on the DLC, might be a good time to check out issue 9 of the Farm Sim magazine that just released this week. There's an abridged version of the Plains and Prairies blog with a few new screenshots, no mention of the buildings though, with a closer look at the diorama build from their video a couple weeks ago as well, and lots more. The marketing for the magazine also says that there's a free code for FS19. However, my digital version did not come with one of those, so maybe this is only available with the hard copy in Europe. Either way, digital version's $3.50 and is worldwide, available at the link below. Something that's not available are the mod waiting time estimates anymore. It appears that they have been removed from the mod hub guidelines and waiting times thread on the forum, thus removing the only way for regular players and myself to get an idea of what to expect. Do keep in mind that this series, Farm Sim News, was built around the original testing list back in 2019. Oh my goodness, it has been going on for a while. However, we haven't talked about the testing list in a long time. We don't know if they're going to be changing the way it's done, or maybe if it's just gone forever. Either way, I wanted to let you know so that you know what was going on. I will also be removing my mod waiting times link in the description since there's nothing there now. However, I did include that link today, just for you if you want to check it out. If you're having any issues with the soil maps on either Taylor Farms, Frankenmuth Prairie, or Michigan maps after the updates this week, well, they've got a guide to get everything working again. But heads up, this could also work with literally any map out there after it gets updated with precision farming. So here are the steps. Uninstall precision farming. It must be uninstalled, not just deactivated. Then load up your save game and save while you're in there. That way it kind of overrides the save that you had. Then re-download Precision Farming, load back up, then save the game again with Precision Farming enabled. Boom, done. Taylor actually goes into a more detailed 5-step process, but this is kind of the abridged version of it. I used that word twice today. I haven't used that word in like 10 years. It's important to know that you will lose any equipment that's in the Precision Farming mod, and Precision Farming will be reset, so you're going to have to do everything again. It is recommended that you harvest all of your fields first, that way you get all the stuff off of it. If you got any questions, you can let me know. Moving on, MatzyModding, aka Trucker Matzy's Wasaka, Wushiku County, Minnesota, I have no idea how to say that, is getting an update. This is going to be version 1.1. Fixed the chicken pen placed on different farmland ID at field 16. Added Jos Modding's ethanol plant. Added a new recipe to the pig feed mill using soil mill from the ethanol plant. Also created a slope into the grain elevator to make it easier to drive in. Lowered the water plane on the lake to allow seating in all of the field surface areas. Adjusted the co-op trailers to start from the farm so you can use them to purchase products. Created a custom soil map for precision farming, replaced the standard sawmill with a garden center where you can sell animal waste products, and made the lake deeper. Now vehicles can stall out in the water. You will need a new save game for this update to take effect completely, and he's done a few live streams recently over on his YouTube channel showing off the update, so make sure you check those out for the latest information. And also, big shouty-outy to Trucker Matzy for his first Farm Sim News appearance as a modder. I think he's been actually physically in quite a few of the videos, but first time like this. Congrats, my dude. Next up, Celobuki released a few screenshots of the gas station on Iowa Plains. This is the same layout as Garrison's from FS22, but changed up to be Jackson Fuel Co. I dig it, man. I'm loving the new sign. Plus, this new station has a more rounded, less squared look on the top and edges than previous iterations. Very modern. Chris S. and Riley S. shared some information on their Fent pack. It went into testing this week after being submitted roughly 8 weeks ago. The pack failed on screenshots and too many unrealistic engines, which is fair to be fair, I guess. It was presumed that the pack would fail on engine options anyway. However, I think the screenshots were a bit of a surprise. Either way, they were working on the update yesterday and were hoping to have the pack resubmitted last night. Speaking of updates, Agro Tonho updates us on the progress of their Silverado 3500, saying that it's almost finished at this point. Just need to do a few tests and change the name to the Silver 3500 since Silverado is licensed, or well, not licensed. GM has the license, not Farm Sim. The first version of this mod will only have the double cab, aka the crew cab, and the single cab will come later on. Body options are going to be the same, as they both have the same chassis size, and there will be more optional lines, whatever that means, with more colors, and the model has been improved, which means you should get better frame rates in the store and in the game when around the truck. You can also change the engine sound, keeping the regular gas version and adding the diesel version. I think we already mentioned that, but just wanted to reiterate. A couple of episodes ago, we talked about IT runner mods returning from Ahran Modding, and today we get to see the MAN ITR that they're working on. This is the TGX 2640 4x2, which is a 3-axle based on the shorter ITR stuff. Later on, a second longer version will be added with a steering axle, but for now, this is what they're working on. Man, I remember using the ITR trucks back in FS17. I'm just getting so nostalgic over this right now. I can't wait to see it. Yeah. Here's a very cool one. BB Mods is back at it again with some great news. The tractor swathing mod that I showed you guys a few weeks ago is now with the mod hub team, awaiting testing for all platforms. This allows you to swath with a 3-point mounted header, picking it up with a loading wagon and then process it with the included production chain, and then pop out your crop and your straw with a regular trailer. It's a pretty cool pack, and I may do a more dedicated mod preview once we get closer to its release. But that's not all. There's another mod that was submitted, however this one is PC only as it is a script mod. This is called Swathing Plus, and it allows you to cut grass with swathers. So it works with the MacDon pack as well as their tractor swathing mod, because I guess those are the only two out right now. It also works with alfalfa and clover. Unlike a mower, which would just turn your wheat field into straw, your swathers will still do what they're supposed to do. They swath the crops. They just have the ability to mow now as well. There's also a 20% bonus when added to conventional mowers when using the swather heads, and Swather Plus to mow grass, alfalfa, or clover. Both of these mods are currently on BB Mod's itch page, linked below, so anybody on PC can download them right now. Quick update from Gamer Designs on their Pitts Lowboy 55 DC. It failed testing yesterday on a shader issue, however it's been fixed and resubmitted. If all goes to plan, hopefully we'll see this one next week. Holzs FS has a new type of mower. It's trailed, but no mower, I guess? Only the wheels turn on the mower blades. Definitely a neat and unique setup. I feel like we've seen something like this before, but I couldn't find that mod. The screenshots also show the ability to link multiple of these together. It would be pretty cool to run like 30 or 40 of these at a time, but that may not turn out well. Next, we got OmaTana, who dropped a full list of her mods that she has with the mod up team right now, including the small farm production update, British farmhouse, American farmers market, and more. There's also 2 mods currently going through testing, Tiny Workshop and American Barn. She's got some great videos on these and a lot more on her YouTube channel, which you should definitely check out after this one. And lastly today, creator of the Find Your Farm website, Jos Modding, is currently adding more information to the maps on the website. The site takes the worldwide coordinates from the game and the map files so that you can find a map that's located nearest to the area that you want to farm, whether that be in the US, Europe, or other. New additions include a sorting filter to set the minimum number of fields. So if you want a map that has at least 1 field, you could do that, or if you want to find a map that's got at least 255 fields, well, you can do that too, but I don't think there are any. This site is updated regularly with all the latest maps, I think on ModHub, and I think a few off as well. So make sure that you bookmark it if you're interested. And just remember that there may not be a map that fits your criteria, at least yet. And that is it. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. Hope you enjoyed this one. If you did, drop a like, get subscribed if you're new and join the DjGoHam fam. Double check those notifications, that way you never miss videos like this one. Hope you have an awesome day. Have a great weekend. We will see you later. I recorded this video before even more mods came out today, but there should be some more mods that came out today. Did they come out on time? Are they here? Where are they? Where are the mods?